Welcome to Scripts and Side Eyes. Come, grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, and let's chillax. And while we talk about Scream 7. So, Scream 7 actually was a good movie, despite all the reviews that everybody's having. It was a good movie. But the last 20 minutes made it the worst in the franchise. I know. A lot of people probably came into this film boycotting it. A lot of people wanted to boycott this film because of the whole Melissa scandal. It wasn't even a scandal, it was just like a problem. I'm not gonna explain that situation, but if you know, you know. And if you don't, go look it up because I'm not finna explain it. But yeah, whatever happened is the result of why Melissa and Jenna was not in this movie and why we had basically a brand new plot. So spoiler warning. Do not proceed if you haven't seen the movie because I will not be sugarcoating anything. I will be diving deep into everything that happened. Not everything, but I will be like disclosing stuff. So if you haven't seen the movie, click off the video now. But feel free to come back because you will be missed. You will be missed. Let's just jump straight into it. What was that killer reveal? What was that killer reveal? Literally. For the first off, this is the first film in the entire franchise where the killers had no like immediate connection to any of the people. The killers are usually in the friend group or they're usually related or something like that. But it usually is a connection to Sid or the main killer, the main character who's final girl basically. Why was the motives the motives? Who the heck? I forgot these folks' names, but why the heck was blonde chick? I'm sorry, I did not do my research. I'm not finna search up names now. Why the heck was blonde chick talking about some, "I read your book." And okay, and then you recruited some doctor from a freaking psych ward because Sid was wanted to leave New York? Yeah, trash. Anyways, I usually like revenge plots. This was not a revenge plot at all. And this movie tried too hard to throw us off because I legit was thinking it was the girl's son, the little dude who walked in the cafe talking about some. It was I love everything about you. Tell me more. Was that true? And I immediately clocked it. I'm like, it's him. And the fact that it wasn't him is crazy. And then I was like, her boyfriend, the actor, no offense to you, but he's a weirdo. He played crazy so good, even though he wasn't even crazy. He just played it. Like, I don't know, he's just psycho. At one point, I thought that could be Stu's son, hence why they used Stu's AI. But I thought he was Stu's son, but it ain't make no sense because Billy's daughter was older. But that was like Stu low key could be alive, and that could be his son that he had later in life. But it wasn't. It wasn't at all. So yeah, this has to be like the worst killer reveal ever. I might do a ranking on killers, like in their motives later. But for right now, they're at the bottom tier for sure.
You really call the police? With your sorry ass, my mom and dad are
Stu. Got it. Ew, I'm annoying. Guys, so the whole point of this was like Stu, the whole theory, they're trying to like do fan service, like, oh, Stu wasn't dead because you didn't shoot him in the head. Stu wasn't dead, this and that. Y'all should have made this man the real killer. Come on now. I hate that all of these movies nowadays are trying to be too modern and say AI this, AI that. I get it. Keep up with the times, keep up with the tech. But why was Stu AI? I know he wasn't real AI, but why was he AI? Like, that made me so mad because the whole movie, I'm over guessing. I'm like, okay, they want us to think it's AI, but it's not AI. It's really just him doing what he doing because I'm thinking too literal. Like, how the heck do you make a deep fake of somebody who never made it to that age? Stu died when he was what, 16, 17? How the heck would you know how he looks when he's 40? And why would he have scars and all that stuff on a deep fake? Like, I get y'all had to use the actual actor to make it look real. But why? How in real life would I make a deep fake of Beyonce if she never theoretically made it to 70 or whatever? I don't know. But you know what I mean? But it's to an extent, you know? But yeah, again, I feel like it was a cop out. Y'all should have just made him the freaking killer. It would have been the greatest review. I get that y'all was like, oh, we gotta throw people off. That would have threw people off. It took us 6 movies for him to even get teased to come back, and y'all tell me he's not really back. Yup, he better be in the 8th movie. Matter of fact, y'all don't need an 8th movie. Y'all are throwing this franchise downhill. Now let's talk about the plot. So, what gets me is that Tatum had no skills at all. You're telling me that the Sydney Prescott, she did not train her daughter on any of this stuff? The fact that Sydney is in every single movie and she literally travels back to New York to help the random new kids, Jenna's character and all that stuff, to help Billy's daughter fight their Scream, their Ghostface. And you're telling me that your daughter does not know how to use a gun. She has a cop father. Literally, she has a cop father. She has a mother who has to fight serial killers for a living. And this Tatum does not know how to use a gun. She don't know how to throw a punch. She's just a dumb blonde, essentially. That makes no sense. I get that y'all want plot and that she has to be like, oh, I'm new to the world. Let's bond, mother. No, in real life, that kid would have been an assassin. The fact that she knows his killers are still coming after her to this day, my daughter would have been an assassin. She would have been trained. She would have picked up that gun and knew how to fight and knew how to pull the trigger. I should not be explaining nothing to you because you should know that the moment you turn 16 to 17 that you might have to fight your own ghost face. My child would be Maki. For real though, if you don't get the reference, you know. Ah. Anyways, but no, my child would be Maki for real. She would be over here, paw, paw, paw. No cursed energy, just hands in fist. And let's talk about just like random stuff. I don't know. These are my thoughts. To be honest, this is a tangent, so you can sit here and listen. Um, but why did her boyfriend, mind you, I don't know anybody's characters' names, but like Tatum and Sid or whatever. Why did her boyfriend have Stu's AI on the computer? Why was the AI there? And why was it not explained? Why was it dismissed? Oh, I'm trying to see if it's possible. You know AI exists. So what you mean see if it's possible? Huh? And why, when you're testing it out, are you using words like, I'ma kill you, Sid. Let me gut you like a fish. You was getting in character. I have a feeling that he was supposed to be the killer. And, the writers probably changed it up or something because, that happens all the time. Something happens or something didn't leak, and then now he's not the killer. So, I feel like he was, because that was not explained, and then even if it was explained he truly wasn't a killer, because obviously I watched he truly wasn't a killer, even then, why on earth would Tatum forgive him that fast? It's just because she seen one ghost face in the street, and then her boyfriend pops up on the side, and you're telling me she's hugging him. Oh, I believe you. It's you just hit him in the head 5 seconds ago with his own computer and ran away. He's the reason you're running the streets right now because you thought he was a killer. And next thing you know, you're hugging this man. Is she really a dumb blonde? Cause you are not Sydney's daughter. You are not. Cause Sydney did not believe Billy right away. He had to work and beg for her forgiveness. Cause Billy was not let in easily. So what the heck is this random boyfriend let in so easily 5 seconds later? Why? I'm gonna go back to this. Why the heck was Stu AI? Why couldn't he been the final kill? That's all I have to say. That was my biggest problem with this movie. Why the heck was he AI? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Let's unmask this fucker.
Chad and his sister, what's her name? Izzy? I think it is. I don't know if her name is Izzy, but we're calling her Izzy. Chad and Izzy, why was y'all in this movie? Y'all did not serve anything to the plot. Y'all didn't do anything. The fact that your Izzy came in and she was like, no, we're not going to do the whole recap. We're not going to explain to you that it's always somebody in the friend group, this and that. Why are you here then? And then y'all purpose was being tied to Billy's daughter, Samantha. That's her name. Y'all purpose was being tied to Samantha and Tara. And the fact that Samantha and Tara went off in a venture, they probably left New York too, went off in a venture, and y'all are suddenly here. up in Woodsboro. No, not Woodsboro, wherever y'all at. I don't know where the heck y'all at. Cali, wherever she moved from, is not Woodsboro anymore. But wherever y'all went, y'all freaking traveled and drove, pulled up in the car, like, whoop, just to help. I'm doing a lot of air quotes because this movie was highly suspicious. I was side-eyeing this movie this whole time. I swear. I swear. Chad has insane plot armor. He needs to go in. He's like Cap in America, to be honest. Cause how does man get his throat slit? It's like, gut. And he still come out walking. And at the end, he has no scar on his neck. But they allude, oh, I'm in pain. I get stabbed. I can't do this and this. Bro, your neck got slit open. When Ghostface did that to other people, they was dead. But when Chad gets hit, I'm invincible. It's in my contract. I can't die. Cause I saw an edit. I didn't even remember this from Scream 6. This man got cut dead. And the next thing you know, he's on a gurney, alive. Ghostface must love him because he's immortal. How did Tatum's father survive? This man was stabbed multiple times, left in plastic. He should have suffocated. And he was alive. And he was in that plastic for at least I want to say 4 hours. Because they had to do the interview on stage. They did the interview. They did the whole say the daughter from the coffee shop. And then they had to do the confrontation with her. How the heck is the father alive? I get plot not to kill him, but they should have just let him be slaughtered. Why are y'all stabbing people and then reneging on the stabs? Speaking of the father, why was he basically Dewey? You're not finna tell me that this man is the police chief and he can't fight. He's the police chief and yet his awareness is trash. He's the police chief. But he walked into a random room in his house with his gun not fully loaded. And it's on his clip. That man, all he did when he was doing fights, all he did was tackle. He can't throw a punch. He can't shoot. He can't do nothing. He's the Dewey replacement. Sid, the married Dewey. The incompetent police. That's what I'm gonna say. You know he incompetent when he can't even teach his daughter how to use a gun. So yeah, Tatum got trauma now. Just saying. But not trauma in a bad way. She got trauma just from the death, not from the fact that my boyfriend's a serial killer. I liked it how they tried to parallel Sid and Tatum's relationship a little bit. Like how they both was very trusting until the last minute. Even though Sid, she was very trusting, but she wasn't that trusting. What I did like was how gruesome this movie was. Like, the kills on the level of some Final Destination / Saw type of deaths. Yeah, it's not random, but they was gruesome. Like the podcast boy who got his head on the little thingy thing. I don't even know what the stuff was. Y'all know I don't know what I'm not qualified for this talk. It's the net me whatever through his head. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. If you didn't, you shouldn't be watching this vid. But anyways, that happened. And then multiple stabs, blood, suffocation. I love the deaths. This actually had been more gruesome than all the other ones for sure. Overall, I did like the plot. Plot wise, if it wasn't for the killer reveal, the movie probably would have failed a 6 out of 10. But the fact that the killer reveal was so stupid, I'm giving this 4. Yeah, 4 out of 10, and it's last on my list compared to every other Scream movie, which makes sense. This franchise should have died a long time ago. Unless y'all are starting a new arc where it's new characters and you're passing the torch, okay? But the fact that Sid is involved in all of this franchise should have been over by 4th movie, in all honesty. But the fact that it did it, and the fact that this movie's still coming out, I have an expectation to uphold. And I expect it to be upheld. This was a nostalgia movie. Clear as day, nostalgia movie. You could tell because of the stew, because of the parallels, because of random whatever. It's a nostalgia movie, and y'all need to stop making this nostalgia movie and make it back plot because it was hot garbage. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I was entertained. Of course I was. It's a Scream movie. Who's not entertained in a Scream movie? Even if it's trash, it's still entertaining because it's a whodunit. Who is it? I'm guessing this and this and this. My guesses was all wrong. I thought it was going to be the podcast dude, not, and it wasn't. It was his mother. Mind you, also, the fact that she killed her own son, that's diabolical. She killed her son because he looked like the husband. That's just sad. I'm done talking today. If y'all want to hear me talk about other movies, let me know. And if not, I'm still gonna talk about them anyway. Because everything needs to be side-eye today. We need to be questioning everything. So, that was my video. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything I've said. And come back, stay tuned for more. Bye.